Well, guys, it's welcome to In the Scene podcast. And today we have New York comedian Adam Malev, guys. And he's eating his salad that took him 10 years to get. I don't know where you went. I think he might have went to Tel Aviv to get that salad.
I went to non-sponsored Just Salad, but I got it on Too Good to Go where it was like $5. So I like the salad.
Nice.
Anyway,
Nice. And this is not Jeffrey Epstein. This is Harvey Epstein on the bottle because we don't want to trigger anybody with putting any weird. Yeah, there we go.
some good messaging.
Yeah,
next to your face.
Harvey Epstein. Hopefully he's not on any lists.
Joe on Edge, sponsored by Harvey Epstein.
Oh man, that's it. I'm done.
No, he's a
Yeah.
good guy. He's a good guy. Harvey Epstein, I rep him too.
Dude, so Adam Malev, New York comedian.
Hey,
You managed to get on a very controversial, maybe, channel. You got on Sneako's channel. And what I want to know is was that pre-planned at all? Like, or you just showed up and you just happened to run in?
I showed up. I'm getting off the train. I see across the platform is a table set up. And I'm friends with this guy who's a video editor. He interviewed me in the park randomly. One time he asked me a question. It was, would you rather have sex with Hulk Hogan with a pussy or Selena Gomez with a dick?
Oh, man, that's a tough one.
That's right.
Maybe if it was Macho Man, I would be like, Macho Man. Or, yeah, I don't know.
Well, I said I want that Hulk Hogussy, and he put it out there. I got 1 million views on Instagram, and we've been friends ever since, me and this camera dude. My friend Kozu introduced me to how he records for Sneako, and he told me that they're doing the 1 Minute podcast a bunch and always going to be talking about Israel. And I was like, always going to be talking about Israel. I could have some good conversations. So he texted me that they're going to be there from 12 to 4. I show up at the end at 3:30 or something, and Sneako and I have a 30-minute conversation on the subway platform at West 4th Street. And we're talking about Israel and Iran. And we had a good conversation, I think. It was pretty even and a fair debate. And we brought up a lot of points that I think we both empathize with. But then the way he edited it, he put a yarmulke on me in the thumbnail, a Jewish star. And then he had the thumbnail say, should we nuke Iran? And then next to my face, yes. Kidding me, bro? What is your goal here?
Did you know he was because I saw it in the interview, the debate you guys were what you guys were having, that he might have had you might have had inclinations that he was probably going to do something like that. Did you know, or but I think you really, by him doing that, you kind of, I feel like you had good points and you gave him hard arguments, and I don't know. Is there a winner in a debate or not? Now you could do 1 million clips and make somebody look really good that really sucked in the debate.
Sure.
But I thought you won because he put you in throughout. You were the heart of that whole episode that I saw on YouTube, and he wouldn't have put the yarmulke and the Star of David there if he wasn't pissed or somewhat.
He wanted some rage bait. He wanted some attention. He wanted the clicks. He wanted to get some more clickbait in there. And he did it well.
But to me, I took that as a sign that you won, that he put that like that. I don't know. It was so that's what I... And
it was even, yeah.
It's funny, you said this earlier, but that's what I liked about what you were talking about. You brought a lot of nuance to this topic. And guys, I don't use that word a lot, nuanced, but I feel like that's more needed right now, especially with these things with wars and what genocides and all that stuff going on. And one side forgets the other side's argument, and there's no, I don't know, this is way out of my depth, this topic.
Don't hurt yourself. Hold
yeah.
on. No, I'm joking.
But
nuance
there needs to be more of a nuance in this, because you can't, I feel like it has to be bad or evil on the internet, it's got to be, or there's got to be a bad guy, maybe the world's full of, all right, we're all bad guys, but there's level of bad guys that you have to be these bad guys are really bad. So
You guys suck. But this guy's not great, but, you know, we'll take him over the worst guy. Yeah, that's kind of what politics is.
and he was saying the whole anti-Semitism thing. Oh, that's just like, that's overused. That's kind of where he was going with it. And
It's a way of deflecting. It's deflecting against any accountability. Oh, don't call me an anti-Semite. Ugh, everybody says that. Well, maybe for a reason, you know?
but the thing is, when you bring up the whole Palestine thing, people like forget the October 7th thing. And then now with Iran, it's like when people are bringing up, oh, they got a hospital. But guys, do you know that they killed at least 50,000 people over there? And that they're just people that are they're citizens of the country. I mean, why is that just being forgotten? They just bring up the hospital that we don't know what's true and what's not at all. I'm saying everything. I don't know what to believe. So
Exactly, and it's in Gaza's interest to like expand the numbers of like actual death count. It's in their interest to say that the child militants, the high schoolers and middle schoolers that are part of Hamas that actually have guns and machine guns and fight on October 7th, that those are just children that were innocent that were killed. It's in their best interest to claim that there are martyrs and that there are a lot of innocent people doing just freedom fighting for Palestine, when in reality, Hamas is a terrorist group, you know?
yeah,
That has to be addressed. There's got to be a peaceful way.
That includes Hezbollah and Al Qaeda. They're all over there. And the thing is, when somebody hits you like with a missile or something, you don't know where it's coming from who. And it's sort of like a missile hits you. It's like an act of war right there. So there's that. And yeah.
Honestly, I don't know if I don't know how many pro-Palestine listeners would still be here after we said that Hamas is a terror group, because most of the time when you bring that up to an anti-Zionist, they stop the conversation already. Oh, well, you're missing out on why they're doing the terrorism. Oh, I'm missing out on why the terrorist raped that lady. My bad. I'm sorry. If it was a good reason, of course, go ahead, rape the lady.
And
but what? You know what I mean? What are we talking about? What? Yeah, no.
And you see, yeah, I mean, you see, they kind of gloss over that.
Yeah.
Or they'll be like, no, this, but it's, and now over here, people bring up, nobody brought up, like, they were ripping down hostage posters when, at the height of what was going on over here, up on the Upper East Side or Upper West Side, people were ripping down posters of hostages. So that was another thing that it sets a lot of tension here. So
yeah, and a lot of it was like it over emphasized the Palestinian suffering without emphasizing any of the Jewish suffering, the Israeli suffering. It painted in this colonial narrative, right? This idea of, well, the Jews came to Israel in 1948, and before that, there was peace. And then the Jews brought this destructive nature. Well, it's a retelling of history, because if you look at it, every Arab Muslim country attacked Israel the day that it was formed, right? And Israel miraculously survived and still is the only Western democracy there. So, I don't know. I have an inkling towards Israel. I disagree with a lot of the policies. I disagree with the government leadership. I don't like Benjamin Netanyahu personally. I wouldn't go to Israel while they're at war. I still have never been. My parents have never been. My grandparents have never been. I'm an American Jew at the end of the day. I'm a fourth-generation New York Jew. Mm-hmm. My great-great-grandparents got kicked out of... No, my great-grandparents got kicked out of Russia during the pogroms, kicked out of Greece during their anti-Jewish wave, got kicked out of Hungary, right? And a lot of the time when you bring this up to people online, like they'll be like, maybe there was a reason why they kicked their Jews out. Maybe it's because they deserve to get kicked out. And I'm like, what are you talking about, right? Because people were mistreated, you agree with the oppressor? Like there was a quote I made about the Malcolm X thing in the video.
Yeah, that was good when you brought that up, yeah.
Thank you. Like, yeah. I admire Malcolm X because he fought for what he believed was right. And he did it in less than nonviolent ways, unlike Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King did it fully nonviolent.
Yeah.
But Malcolm X was a radical who pushed for black excellence and black freedom in a time when black people didn't have full civil rights, which they needed. And in the same way, he called out the quote about the media. The media painted him in a terrible light. They painted him as this terrible guy, this extremist, this a terrible person that was going to ruin culture and society and make life terrible for white. They painted him as like a white killer, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But in reality, Malcolm X just wanted black people to be able to live peacefully among white people, just like Martin Luther King did.
Yeah.
But he had some more radical means of doing so. He wanted to arm black people, give them like civil liberties and military liberties. Use the Second Amendment, not just the First Amendment, to fight their battles. And
Yeah.
you know, the quote that I attributed to Malcolm X, I saw on Instagram. It was a quote: "If you consume the wrong media, you'll start to see the oppressor as someone you should admire, and the oppressed as someone that should be despised." Right? And when I look at that right now, I think about Jews being 15 million people on Earth. There's 15 million Jews. There's more Mormons than there are Jews.
Yeah.
There's a billion Muslims on Earth. And Palestinians are a group of Arab Muslims that should be adopted by the greater Muslim world and welcomed in with open arms. But if you look at like what happens in Saudi Arabia when Palestinians try to flee there, they're treated as second-class citizens, right? They're not given citizenship. They're given like the lowest jobs. They're treated like outcasts in society. The Arab Muslim world hates Palestine more than Israel does. That's the problem, really, is that the Arab Muslim world doesn't want to provide anything for Palestinians except use them as a way to attack Israel, and at the end of the day, attack Jews. And I see it as a problem that's going to continue until we can make peace with each other.
When you were talking about the oppressor, people kind of like almost like rooting for the oppressor. You're sort of seeing that now with this Ayatollah guy.
Yeah.
The first one that got killed. I mean, they did like a protest about why did they kill the Ayatollah, and it's like people just forget or they just don't know the like 40 years of history of Iran, the way they've been towards the rest of the world. And it's really weird. It's like, it's almost like there's a group of people that are like, they're doing it to their own people, it's okay. Maybe. Like they just or for what, I don't know what the reason is, like for them to just not mention that part of like what's going on. And everybody is talking about the genocide in Gaza, but nobody talks about, I mean, that has to be a genocide in Iran, and nobody's talking about it real. I mean, you kind of have to force yourself to look at it on the algorithm, and that's a big problem too, because we're excusing all these really evil people because there's other evil people, but these are like real, like, guys, you could be gay in Tel Aviv, all right? Like, you can't be gay in any other part of the Middle East. And you talked about it,
Right.
like the America, Israel. You said something, I don't want to, about you. They're the only ones that are aligned with
American values, Western democracy.
Yeah, Western democracy.
Letting women drive.
Yeah, all that stuff just seems to be forgotten. Like,
Yeah. No, it is, and it's so interesting because like the most free-spirited like young college students, like I noticed this even in Binghamton when I was in college. I graduated in 2023, and in Binghamton even, kids would be protesting against America, saying America is the evil one. America is evil. The Western countries are the ones that are oppressing the Eastern countries. The Western countries are oppressing the third world countries. The Western countries are the ones that are the problem. But these are the same kids that, you know, are on their iPhones and Starbucks, you know. Look, they're benefiting from the Western democracy. And the great thing about a Western democracy is you can freely critique it, right? If you're in a place like Saudi Arabia, you know, journalists get killed all the time.
and they have the highest death penalty in years.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like a person a day over there in Saudi Arabia.
Right, and it's normalized and expected over there. It's like Jamal Khashoggi was like just an example of the problem. And then I know that there are legitimate problems with Israel bombing the Hamas militants who remain in civilian captivity, and they're close enough to media people that some media people get killed. But it's more of a systemic issue where Hamas embeds himself within the civilian population, and Israel, their intelligence, I'm sure, is great but not perfect.
Yeah,
The same
yeah.
way American intelligence was so flawed that, when they attacked the Ayatollah in Iran, they also hit a school, killing 100 schoolgirls,
Yeah.
which is the most messed up part of this whole thing, is that 150 schoolgirls died and no one has mentioned it. There's nothing being done to reparate that. Like, a lot of heavy issues in the world.
I heard about that, but it's like that's again the 50,000 though too though. They're never talked about though.
Mm-hmm.
They're talked about even less because I have seen it, but I feel like you never know if we did it or because I don't know if it's common to have schools next to military bases there or whatever they have over there.
Well, that
just
story-
like the way
yeah.
Hamas integrates themselves into the Palestinian population.
The story on that one is that
I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this. Jeez,
No, don't worry. Don't worry.
like
What I heard is
forget it. It's like
they built a school on what used to be a military base, and the FBI or CIA, whoever was updating American intelligence, didn't update that it was no longer a base that would get should get hit, and instead the old data there was left, and people thought, oh, it's still a military base, we should hit it. They didn't do their research. They didn't do enough before they showed up and bombed it. And I hate to bring this back to like an American problem, something that's not a big deal to the rest of the world, but like
yeah.
I update the data all the time for the comedy open mic, so you know where to go, and you're not going to a place that is no longer running an open mic.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole problem. If you have the wrong data, you're going to show up to the wrong place expecting the wrong thing. They showed up to what is now a school, thinking that it was not an open mic but a terror zone, and bombed it regardless.
Oh, God.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, there should be something done to at least apologize to Iran or rectify it, or provide something for the families, give reparations to the families.
Yeah.
But I doubt it'll ever happen, at least under Trump.
But I see so many people on Instagram and they're still for the war, Iranian Americans. I'm pretty sure Iranians in the country, they've been under so much oppression in that part of the world. They're like just used to death all around them. But all these things have to be taken into account too. And
Definitely.
it's hard to have you can't have it's not black and white. That's the thing. And I think more people like you need to talk about these different things so we could be like, oh, wait, I can't, you have to, you can't be in total agreement and disagreement on a lot of these issues and things.
And it's crazy because there's a media narrative out there right now. Ironically, everyone says the Jews control the media. Well, then why is Israel being covered so badly? Like, you'd think we'd be doing a better job.
That's a good point.
Right.
That is a good point.
We all have like conspiracy theorist friends, right? One of my conspiracy theorist friends is so deep into this conspiracy, like it almost comes back around to making sense. But if you think about it for even a second, you realize, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
His conspiracy theory is that the Jews, we run the media. Then we decided to make ourselves look bad in the media, make people hate Israel, make people then hate Jews, so that in the end, us as Jews can say, oh, we need Israel even more because people hate Jews. What type of reverse type of cycle with so many obstacles and flaws?
Unless they're pro-Palestinian Jews.
And there's a lot of those.
But there's a whole nother thing there.
Right.
And guys, all I'm trying to say is I don't know. I didn't know what a Zionist was until last week. So
Oh, really?
yeah, that's how, I'm learning all this, just fairly recently.
Israel Palestine for beginners. Welcome to the
Yeah,
podcast.
I know. I'm gonna get murdered in the clips.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this is I think
Hopefully you'll be doing the editing and not Sneeko, so it won't be too bad for you.
well, yeah. And yeah, I thought the debate went well because I don't think you would have been in so much of it. You know, I don't think it was a clear cut. And Sneeko had a debate with this Nick Matau guy. I've been seeing a lot on Instagram too, and he kind of like he's that's all he does. I feel like this guy, he's the debating guy on this issue, and he gave Sneeko a run for his money, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like a sports announcer talking about this is so morbid, and it's like, guys, I just want to bring I guess what I'm trying to say is I want to bring more awareness to all this, and while Adam eats his salad, and yeah.
If you had any like takeaway, like what would you want to see in the Middle East?
I would just want to see. I don't want to say ceasefire because ceasefire just means time out while we reload. You know?
Yeah.
Is there any turning back now? Maybe. I think there is. You know? Hopefully this is going to end in a month or two, or hopefully tomorrow or right now. Right now, I would want this to end right now. But yeah, no, I definitely would want whatever comes out of this. We're bringing it back to nuance, guys, and we need peace. But it's like, when has there ever been peace?
Mm-hmm.
It's always a ceasefire. Even when the war stops and there's no war, that's like a ceasefire, you know? Like, I feel like so.
I think it's funny because like we both had interactions with streamers, right?
Yeah.
Like I've had this interaction now with Sneeko. You've had that interaction with Marlon.
Yeah.
And it blew you up for a little bit. You were at like 15,000 of Marlon's people hopped on your Instagram to comment mean shit.
The TikTok, yeah. And if I probably go back tomorrow, they'll probably come back like it happened last week. But that's a whole nother topic for another episode.
Oh, yeah.
But
streamers are influential, and
yeah,
it's about, I guess, trying to like craft the best narrative when you're with them. But you know, at the end of the day, they have the best editing power, the best clipping capability. So they're gonna have the most power at the end of the day. But as long as you feel that,
I think we need more of these though to bring awareness to the other side. And so it's not like people. It's just you want to get another perspective on it always, because I feel like neither side is right and neither side is wrong. And maybe I'm naive, but
that's what nuance is. Neither side is fully right, neither side's fully wrong.
yeah, it's so. We gotta. Hopefully, when we talk, when we have you back again, we won't. It'll be on a different topic.
Yes,
like,
my pleasure.
But dude, I thought that was awesome. I thought it was an awesome episode of your points and everything, like going back and forth with him, and kind of like having these. And I don't know, like, did you? Because he did throw some jabs at you, and you threw some jabs at him, but like not real. You didn't really go too hard. Were you like? Was that just you being you, or you didn't want to go that way, or?
I didn't want to attack him. I didn't want him to feel like on edge, you know.
And I think, yeah, I think you did great because you kept your cool throughout the whole thing. And I thought that was fucking hilarious when you said, you know, you have a relative that cooks a steak with their feet. Yeah, that was great. Like that was great. And it was really a lot of funny moments too. Like so.
But yeah, I try to keep it like serious because the topic's serious. So.
But you bring a little humor in there. It at least brings people
like,
more interested and go, oh, maybe I could look up and do my own. I guess at the end of the day, guys, you got to do your own research, but like just see both sides. Even if it's the side you don't agree with, look at that side. So you at least come to your conclusion, and then your conclusion gets rebutted. And even though it sounds like an infinity, never-ending thing, I think that's what's healthy. in a society where you can talk about these things. You know, you can, like, where are you free to talk about these things at this broad of a spectrum, you know? Not to be confused with autism spectrum, but even though we're in April right now. But yeah, that's about our time, guys. Adam's still working on his salad.
Still cooking over here.
Yeah, he's still eating his salad. I'm gonna get something to eat, and that's In the Scene podcast, guys. Adam Alev here. Follow us on Spotify, on YouTube, and Instagram, and keep it going for Austin. And we'll see you guys soon.